You are now listening to Wave a Sound.
Welcome to episode 81 of Versus Mike History. I am your host, Michael History. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you choose to listen. And if we're on your preferred platform, let us know and we'll do our best to change that. For premier access to Versus Mike History content, join our members-only subscription tier on versusmikehistory.com.
One thing they'll tell you as a kid is you're a kid. Work as hard as you can now and then you can sleep later when you're old. It is misconception and it is not fair. Just because we're young doesn't mean you can work us to the bone. They say, oh, you're young, you have the energy. No, I don't. I'm a human. Leave me be. They will work you because you're trying to build a brand, so you got to go. No, take a vacation. Stop and enjoy life. Because when you're that young and you're good, they'll work you until you are absolutely crazy. And it's no one's fault but the beautiful carrot that gets put in your face on an everyday basis. And then if you're not smart enough and you don't have the foundation, you continue to follow a carrot even when your time is done. When then you have that journey of people like, why are you still working? Go sit down. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be okay with disappearing for a while because this, hopefully you'll have a very long life. So sit down, go get married, enjoy your life, and then come back. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of the times, the rat race, especially now with the social, I gotta be on it, you're gonna burn yourself out.
Peace, family. Welcome to Versus Mike History. This is the last episode of the year. I feel good. You know, this was a very productive year for me, I'd have to say. Career-wise and podcast-wise, I really made it my business to secure different positions and opportunities that will help me move forward in the future. So I'm really proud of the progress that I've made in my personal life this year. I hope you guys are feeling good about yourselves moving into 2022. We all have a lot of work to do on ourselves moving forward, and I think that everybody needs to come up with a nice little checklist to make sure that they're starting the year off right and making sure that they have their goals in order, intact, and ready to attack this new year. COVID is going around crazy right now. The Omicron variant is doing numbers. So if you're having to be outside of your personal space for an extended period of time, just remember to mask up. Go get vaccinated. Go get that booster if you need to. And make sure you follow on the mandates and make sure you're keeping yourself safe and sanitized. That's what it's about. Keeping yourself clean, keeping others out of harm's way, and being at your best. Being at our best. I don't really have that much for this final episode, honestly. I'm kind of just freestyling, and I kind of just want to reflect a little bit before I get into some news topics on the year. I want to give a shout out to everybody who I've had as a guest. I don't have a list in front of me, so pardon me if I miss you, but I want to give a shout out to Zay. I want to give a shout out to John Crawford. I want to give a shout out to Showcase Montana. I want to give a shout out to Rock Davis. I want to give a shout out to Brown Mill Company. I want to give a shout out to everybody, man. It's been a dope year. I want to give a shout out to Maz of Brown Box. Shout out to Maz. I want to give a shout out to The Yard and Burger Walla. It's been a really great year connecting and networking across the state with different creatives and entrepreneurs. Shout out to Dre of Sweet Teas Southern Eatery in Montclair. They recently just won an award. Yeah, man, it's been a very prosperous year in terms of connecting and networking with different creatives and entrepreneurs in the space of New Jersey and Northeast in general. Moving into this new year, 2022, I want to pivot the podcast a bit to feature more guests on a regular basis. One thing that I'm starting to realize is that I can give people more exposure on my platform on a regular basis rather than just leaving interviews in an exclusive only space. I can still do the interviews in an exclusive space, but I can still give other people a platform to, speak a bit more, give people's perspective on things. And, the back and forth is, I think, what people are looking for at this point. You guys are getting to know me, but it's time to do some back and forth, I would have to say. So that's what's going on. Also, some personal news. I'm going ahead and moving. So there's that. I'm moving to a new apartment at the top of the year. So, this will be the last podcast for 2021, and this will also be the last podcast that I record in this apartment that I'm recording in right now. So very, very, very crazy things are upon us. It is a wild time, I must say. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild out here. It's a lot on my mind, I guess, because I'm just riffing and rafting right now. But a lot has happened. I did not get to speak to you guys last week, so I'm just going to cover some topics that I did come up with from last week. And, just really take a second and, give those things the proper due. Yeah, man, I hope you guys achieved all that you wished to achieve this year. It was a very rough year in terms of who we lost in the culture and who we just lost in our personal lives in general. COVID has been hitting us very hard and has been a very continuous cycle going on its third year. And, it can do some serious damage to people who are susceptible to mental health issues. And I'm reaching out to you guys and I'm lending a helping hand, and whatever I can do to help you guys, I'm open to. And yeah, I think that I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here and go ahead and get into our episode for the week. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I know I gave out some shout outs at the top of the episode, but I also want to give a shout out to the organizers and everyone else that I met at DeFiCon a couple weekends ago. So DeFiCon was a decentralized finance conference that took place in Brooklyn over the weekend of December 18th and 19th. And I had the opportunity to go there through my purchase of an NFT. The proceeds are nonprofit, so this isn't going into anyone's pocket, which made me want to support the event. And it went really well. I met a lot of dope people there, and I learned a good amount about the world of decentralized finance and about token economics and about the future of Web3 and all of these applications and projects that are coming together to create a better metaverse and economy for our system in the digital world. So shout out everybody who organized DeFiCon, everybody I met over the weekend of DeFiCon. And yeah, let's go ahead and get some money, guys. Okay, let's get into some news. So I have here that Meg Thee Stallion inks a deal with Netflix, and I'm getting this from Shadow and Act, so bear with me. Netflix has signed a first look deal with Grammy Award-winning musician Megan Thee Stallion. Shadow and Act has confirmed. Under the deal, she will create and executive produce new series and other projects for Netflix. I've always had a passion for telling creative and entertaining stories, so I'm thrilled about this partnership with Netflix, Meg Thee Stallion said in a statement. This is very dope, and this is game-changing. First of all, Meg Thee Stallion has secured a lot of partnerships excuse me, in the short amount of time that she's been relevant in the music industry, or in the music industry rather, because she's been relevant for the entire time. But now she's moving into Hollywood, or quote unquote Hollywood, with this Netflix deal, and she's going to be creating and producing new shows, which is not something you've seen from a lot of artists in the past. A lot of the time you were just being asked to cameo in a television show in the past, but now she's behind the scenes, which is very, very cool, and I'm very interested to see what type of content she produces under this new deal, and how this looks for different people moving forward. It's all exciting things. Maybe it's just a one-off thing, but she seems like this seems more of a opening the door for other people down the line type of situation. So we shall see. I got some interesting tech news, and I'm getting this from Podcast Business Journal. Spotify spins again. So Spotify has purchased Australian podcast platform Shaka, which allows radio broadcasters to turn their shows into monetizable podcasts. This technology will be integrated into Spotify's enterprise podcast and advertising platform, Megaphone. The financial terms of the purchase were not disclosed. We believe the worldwide growth potential for digital audio is still largely untapped, though the addition of these new tools, as well as the innovative team behind them, we are reinforcing our commitment to helping creators, publishers, and advertisers realize the value of this opportunity, said Don Ostrov, Chief Content and Advertising Business Officer with Spotify. With Shaka, we will strengthen our efforts to help audio publishers of all kinds grow their podcast business and scale our ability to help advertisers reach their audiences. So I wanted to speak on this because I'm always looking at podcast news in terms of what's being purchased or what major players are doing what. And with Spotify purchasing a company that helps people turn their radio shows into podcasts, I thought that was really interesting, and I thought that people should know that because one of the things that I plan to do with Wavy Sound is blur the line between what a podcast and a radio show is by creating a digital network of podcasts, but also developing a brick and mortar of housed radio shows, and blending the line of who can be where and how programming can be blurred between the two mediums. So I thought this is really interesting because moving forward, I think that the way we stream audio and the different ways that people produce podcasts is really going to be interesting to see with all of this new technology out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So recently I've really been getting into cryptocurrency. I've been investing in it for about a little year now, but most recently I've been getting into NFTs, really researching the industry because I went to school for art history, getting into a new industry with art, 2 and 2 make 4. So I learned about the Bored Apes and the Mutant Apes and, the NBA Top Shots and all of these things. And I saw some news that the Red Ape family would be producing a Bored Ape television show for Apple TV. And that's coming next year. So the information that I see here is that it's coming to Apple TV Plus, Roku, Ronin, LG, Sony, all of these smart TV platforms, I guess, on January 10th. So it's going to be very interesting to see the how that plays out in terms of playable or watchable characters and who owns those characters via NFT and all of these things. And so go ahead and look out for that. The Red Ape family is producing a Bored Ape television show for Apple TV and all of these other smart TV platforms. That's coming on January 10th. So I'll definitely be looking out for that. All right, let's go ahead and get into some word of mouth. So I want to start this segment by saying rest in peace to Draco the Ruler. He was killed at a festival. He was stabbed. And it's tough to see another artist who was on the come up being murdered in his own hometown. I don't want to really get into the politics or the discussion or the discourse surrounding that topic, but it is very unfortunate to see it happen once again. We have to do better moving forward as a culture to protect one another and to keep each other out of harm's way and just to promote positivity so this doesn't continue to happen, because it's really getting out of hand and it's ridiculous. Like, it really is ridiculous, especially when the whole world is looking at us to copy our culture, man. Like, nobody wants to participate in this side of it, so we shouldn't be doing it to ourselves. And that's just how I feel on that. I also want to say rest in peace to author Bell Hooks. She passed away as well. She was one of my most favorite authors, and one of the things that I really loved about her and her work was her ability to preach compassion and love and critical thinking and all of these other things that are tied to what it means to be a useful member of society and a loving person and a caring person and an empathetic person. So I would go check out her work if I were you, if I had never heard of her before, because she is very integral to Black culture and American society in terms of literature in general. So, yeah, rest in peace to her. Moving on, though, Tyron Woodley was knocked out by Logan Paul. We have to go through this again. It's interesting, though, because we saw the memes and stuff like that. This is all old news. I'm sure you guys have known all of this already, but I'm just reporting on it because I didn't get to you guys last week. Anywho, it's interesting to see Logan Paul still taking on these UFC fighters when he should clearly be moving into boxing, actual boxers at this point. But I digress. We shall see what happens moving forward in terms of how serious he is about his boxing career and whether he will actually begin to box young boxers or if he just wants to be a celebrity about the whole thing, which, I guess I can't hate on at this point. It's still athletic, it's still working out, it's still training, but it's all entertainment. So, yeah. What else do we have? Freddie Gibbs and Jim Jones, they fought at a restaurant. There was some back and forth. There's been tension between the two for years now over some shit that I don't care to go over on my platform. But these two got into it. Seemingly over, but all the beef and all the drama over the fake gangster shit is just it's over my head. But it's ridiculous because people are really dying. People are actually dying. Like, so what is this? Is this worth it? What is it about? Like, everybody's getting too much money for people to be acting like this. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that situation. Moving forward, Smack Volume 9. So I haven't still yet to see any of the battles that happened during Smack Volume 9, but I did want to speak on it very casually because people are speaking about Sue Surf's performance specifically and about how he is on a 9-0 run. And I want to give a shout out to Sue Surf because he is from Newark and he holds the city down, represents the city very well. And, he's one of my favorite battle rappers. So I can't wait to get to this battle. I just got to go ahead and download the URL app at this point because I'm playing around and playing games. But yeah, it is what it is. I heard that there were a lot of stand-up performances from Smack Volume 9. and I need to go check that out myself. So I just wanted to give, that audience their love. Shout out to all the battle rap fans out there. And yeah, we here. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some new music. So Nas and Hit Boy drop off an EP mixtape. I don't know what this is. They dropped off a project called Magic, and it's fire, top to bottom. It's 9 songs. It's all we need to end the year out. Very dope. Great vibes. Lil Dicky and Gator got a single, We Good, from the TV show Dave. Roddy Ricch drops off his album, Live Life Fast. I'm not a big fan of this album, to be perfectly honest, but it's not a bad project. It just doesn't live up to the hype that he set precedent with his first album. That's all. Just a little sophomore slump. Nothing too bad though. Rush and Future got a song Eminem with Lil Baby. 24K Golden has More Than Friends. These are both singles, by the way. Black drops off a 2-pack. Rent Free and By Any Means. I haven't heard either of those songs, actually. Chief Keef drops off Phone Him, which is an album. A couple songs, 15 songs. Gucci Mane drops off So Icy Christmas. ESTG drops off Bigger Than Life or Death. Deluxe. Who else do we got here? A Boogie drops off Before AVA, which is A Boogie versus Artist. St. John drops off Best Part of Life, which is a single. Bobby Shmurda, Quavo, and Roddy Rebel drop off Shmoney. NLE Chopper drops off Drop Shit. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for music in terms of rap projects. Oh, Aaliyah drops off a single with The Weeknd, which is odd. I haven't heard that yet. FKA Twigs has Tears in the Club with The Weeknd as well. Tara Wack drops off her R&B EP, which is 3 songs. Janae Aiko has Wrap Me Up. That's a single. And that's pretty much it on the R&B side as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for music. All right, let's get into trailers, TV, and movies. This is starting to become one of my favorite sections of the podcast. So I got some comic book news here that I want to get into really quickly. The Batman streaming date on HBO Max confirmed by Warner Media CEO, and I'm getting this from Comic Book. I'll make this brief. Basically, the Batman will be on HBO Max 45 days after it premieres in theaters, which is a game changer because it's a game changer because most of the time when we saw a movie in theaters, we probably had to wait about 90 days at the very least. Before we got about 90 days with it in the theaters before it left, and then we would have to wait a couple months to see it anywhere else. And now it will be digitally in our homes about a month after it premieres in theaters, which is pretty awesome, pretty awesome. And yeah, I just wanted to note that because it's a shift in streaming, and it's our future. It's what's next for all of us. I also have some other news about Killing Eve. So season 4's release date is coming up. There's a bittersweet news for fans of award-winning crime thriller Killing Eve. Season 4 is on the way, but sadly it will be the last installment of the cat and mouse struggle of Eve Pilastri and Villanelle. Thankfully, after nearly 2 years of waiting, BBC America has teased some details about the upcoming season, including releasing some first look images, and judging by the photos, it looks like Villanelle and Eve may actually be on the same page for once. But then again, this is Killing Eve, and everything could turn on its head in a split second. Yeah, I just read that whole article and it didn't tell me when the show will be premiering. Okay, so it will be premiering on Sunday, February 20th. So we have that to look forward to. Killing Eve. Well, I do, because I really like that show. What else? Okay, so let's get into some other stuff that I have here. Matrix 4. Bad. Why did they touch it? They shouldn't have touched it. They should have left it alone. Convoluted, backwards changes the idea of what the Matrix actually means to people to some convoluted reboot philosophical message. I like it. I don't like it. It opens up a door that should have remained closed, and they did a really bad job. I don't even want to do a deep dive on it. I didn't like it. What else do we have to talk about? Insecure finale. The Insecure finale was amazing. A lot of time jumps, a lot of birthdays, a lot of emotions in this 41-minute episode. So we saw Issa and Nathan break up in the beginning of the episode. Oh, this is spoilers, by the way. Issa and Nathan break up at the beginning of the episode. And we see Issa basically go on about her life, various birthdays and years, and we see these friends who are at the end of the road, at least from our perspective, entering these new forms of life. Tiff with moving to Denver, Kelly getting pregnant, Molly getting married and losing her mom. These were all very emotional points in the series. And then finally with Issa getting back with Lawrence towards the end of the episode was absolutely amazing to see. And I'm just glad that we got the ending that we all wanted. And by we, I mean Team Lawrence. Yeah, beautiful thing. And this show has meant a lot to so many people. And Issa Rae has changed the damn game in the 10 years that she's been active as a producer and creator. And I'm just looking forward to what she does moving forward in the future, because she is a beacon for all creators. And she's an inspiration. And like she said, I'm rooting for everybody black. So shout out to her. And shout out to everybody that was involved in this beautiful production of Insecure over the last 5 years. Because, man, the show is the kryptonite to that millennial culture, man. Like, anytime it was on, we would have discourse across social media, and it would be beautiful. But yeah, great stuff. Okay, let's get into Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home was amazing. I won't get into too many spoilers here, so you guys won't have to cover your ears. But man, a lot happened in this movie. We got a lot of cameos, and it's worth the wait. It was worth the wait, I gotta say. It wrapped up this trilogy in a way that I didn't expect it could be wrapped up. And I'm really excited to see what they do with Spider-Man moving forward, because there's a lot of opportunity to see this character grow within the MCU, and a lot of issues that people had in the past were corrected in this film. So, and a lot of things were made right in general, just from the fan of the Spider-Man franchise in general. A lot of wrongs were righted. It was a very beautiful thing to see. A whole lot of fan service. Not to say it in a negative way, just in a matter-of-fact way. And yeah, great vibes. Great vibes. Go ahead and go check that out, man. Yeah. In terms of trailers, we get the Uncharted trailer with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I don't play video games like that, so I've never played Uncharted. But beat for beat, it looks pretty on the nose. I know Tom Holland is a little small for his character's role, but we shall see how it develops in future films or whatever they choose to franchise this thing with. And we also get a Doctor Strange trailer. we got that. That looks amazing. We see the repercussions of the events of Spider-Man No Way Home starting to spill out into the rest of the MCU. He grabs the help of Wanda Maximoff, and we get to see Scarlet Witch since we've last seen her in WandaVision. And we see another character, America Chavez, who has the ability to jump through multiversal portals. We will be introduced to her in the MCU in that film, and it's all very exciting to see where everything is moving forward in the MCU right now. It's very cool. I still have a couple things I need to watch though. I still need to watch Unforgivable on Netflix. I still need to watch Don't Look Up on Netflix. That is the Adam McKay film with Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, and everyone else. And I still need to watch Southside on HBO Max. A lot of people have been giving buzz about that series on social media, and even the creators have reached out to tell everybody to go stream it. So that's what I'll be doing in the near future. And yeah, it has been a wild year, folks. Make sure you're talking to your loved ones, your family members, your friends, anybody who you consider a loved one. Make sure that you're being a good person. Make sure you're being empathetic. Make sure you are chasing all the things that you want in life, and that you are reaching the goals that you know you are capable of attaining. 2022 will be a prosperous year for us all, and I'm glad that you guys have taken this journey with me on this podcast and within my community in general, because I want to provide culture, I want to provide art, I want to provide community to people who are like-minded, people who want to see our culture move forward, people who want to see the world move forward in a positive way, and with innovative and beautiful technologies and ideologies and just life. And with that being said, as always, send topics, questions, music, and movie suggestions. Follow the podcast on Twitter at VS Mike History, and on Instagram and the Fanbase app at Versus Mike History. Follow me on Twitter at Mike History, and on Instagram at Last Name History. Go ahead and join that Discord. The link is in my Twitter bio. And this week's sound selection comes from a Boogie with the Hoodie, and it is entitled Man in the Mirror. Stay black, stay beautiful. I will see you guys in 2022, and it has been real.
She whispering all in my ear. I'm thinking about what I should wear. Any appearance, I'm pulling up fly, even if it's no cameras there. I don't own a Benz, I swear. Ferraris and Lambs, I swear. My life is a movie, my wrist is a chandelier. Started getting my bands up in the mansions, living like I'm the Prince of Bel-Air. Do not come over here looking for love anymore, cause that shit don't belong in here. You told me go to hell cause I was driving you crazy. Bitch, I would drive you there. Why would I need a stylist to pick out an outfit for me? I got mad, yeah. Stacking up money like Jingo and Legos. I sing but I came with a clock and a Draco. Back at the crib like mini Barbados. Losing my friends every day, I'm okay though. It's been that way ever since I got famous. We go back like two flats on a Maybach. Money got niggas thinking I changed. How are you making it so complicated? I could buy you a new ass, just say that. Pockets and Tiffany bags, okay then. Still got bitches that owe me some favors. No young nigga got rags, baby. Diamonds go blue like the Mavs, okay then. They can take my sauce, I got too much flavor. No over exaggerating, don't feel embarrassed. I was flipping your bitch in the air, 50 on the Veneers. Could've bought like 100 Montclairs. I can't even sleep, the 30s be helping me concentrate. She throwing it back, in the back of my mind I'm like, what if the condom break? She whispering all in my ear. I'm thinking about what I should wear. Any appearance, I'm pulling up fly, even if it's no cameras there. I don't own a Benz, I swear. Ferraris and Lambs, I swear. My life is a movie, my wrist is a chandelier. Started getting my bands up in the mansions, living like I'm the Prince of Bel-Air. Do not come over here looking for love anymore, cause that shit don't belong in here. You told me go to hell cause I was driving you crazy. Bitch, I would drive you there. Why would I need a stylist to pick out an outfit for me? I look at the man in the mirror. He was wearing a hoodie. I look at my shirt and that's not what I'm wearing. It's scary. Got a beach full of sand. I drive in the city like Fast and the Furious with a tank in the earth. It's already went up and it's 30, I swear. If I see her out, then I put that on butter, I'm airing. Used to wear Michael Kors. Now I got posts on the floors. She told me it's yours. It's just me and your baby girl. She was rocking my world. VVS's and pearls. Give me up till she Earl. Started getting my bands up in the mansions, living like I'm the Prince of Bel-Air. Do not come over here looking for love anymore, cause that shit don't belong in here. You told me go to hell cause I was driving you crazy. Bitch, I would drive you there. Why would I need a stylist to pick out an outfit for me? I got mad, yeah. She whispering all in my ear. I'm thinking about what I should wear. Any appearance, I'm pulling up fly, even if it's no cameras there. I don't own a Benz, I swear. Ferraris and lambs, I swear. My life is a movie, my wrist is a chandelier. Started getting my bands up in the mansion, feeling like I'm the Prince of Bel-Air. Please do not knock on my door, looking for love, cause it don't belong in here. You told me to go to heaven, okay, I would drive you there. Yeah, man.